Clare Wright pursed her lips tightly, not saying a word. She knew that Taylor Wright had always been brooding over the matter of her being the #1 beauty in the Wright family. So as long as she found the chance, she would ridicule her. Claire had long since gotten used to it. Claire remained silent, while Taylor became even more proud of herself.
Claire, when will Kevin buy a car for you? He can't possibly let you ride in the back of an electric scooter every day under such hot weather. Life is too hard for you.
Does it have anything to do with you? Claire glanced at Taylor in disgust. The corner of Taylor's mouth lifted as she pretended to have understood.
I'm sorry, Claire. I forgot that Kevin is a delivery boy. His salary is very low. If nothing goes wrong, he won't be able to afford a car in his entire life.
Claire gritted her teeth in anger. Taylor belittled Kevin in front of her, which made her angry. However, she couldn't refute it because what Taylor said was the truth. Kevin Bennett's salary, not to mention buying a car, just maintaining a normal life was difficult.
Claire, how about you don't let Kevin deliver takeout and let him work under my husband? My husband's company has been recruiting security guards recently, and the salary's not bad. At least it's better than delivering takeout. Kevin Bennett can still hope to buy a car after working hard for 8 to 10 years.
Taylor sneered. Unlike Claire, she had a good husband. Her husband was the HR manager of the company at such a young age. His salary was $1 million a year, so she was very confident in front of Claire every time. Clare Wright simply turned her head away, not looking at Taylor Wright. Taylor snorted disdainfully, but Claire ignored her. There was no point in continuing to mock Claire. At this moment, a black Audi A8 drove into the company's main entrance. Behind the Audi A8, there was also a Toyota 4Runner. Taylor was very happy to see the Audi A8.
Claire, my husband came to pick me up. Stay here and bask in the sun.
Taylor walked toward the Audi A8 with a complacent look on her face. Claire bit her lips as she glanced at Taylor Wright. It was impossible for her to not be jealous. Taylor's husband would come pick her up every day in an Audi A8 of nearly $1 million, while her husband could only ride an electric bike. Sometimes when it rains, they get wet. The black Audi stopped in front of the company's entrance, and the window slowly rolled down, revealing Derek Smith's handsome face.
Hubby!
Taylor Wright rushed forward and kissed Derek Smith on the cheek.
Taylor, get in the car.
Derek Smith smiled and glanced at Claire. A trace of amazement flashed in the depths of his eyes. 3 years had passed, and Claire was still as beautiful as ever. Not only did years not leave any traces on her face, they even added to her mature charm. Next, he looked at Taylor beside him. Although she looked pretty with thick makeup, she was on a completely different level compared to Claire, who was as beautiful as the moon.
If only I was a step earlier than that trash,
Derek Smith thought in his heart. 3 years ago, the person he had first taken a fancy to was Claire, not Taylor. However, just when he was about to pursue Claire, the news suddenly came out that Claire was married. Clare Wright was married to a delivery man. At that time, Derek Smith felt that the sky had fallen. However, what had happened had left him with no other choice. Helpless, he could only choose Taylor. However, in his heart, he had never been able to let Claire go. Even after he heard that Claire wasn't living happily ever after she got married, he had thought of divorcing Taylor Wright and once again pursuing Claire. However, this sort of thing could only be imagined. Derek Smith sighed and was about to leave when he saw a familiar figure in the rearview mirror.
Why is he here?
Derek Smith smiled playfully. Claire, I'm sorry I'm late. Kevin Bennett got out of the taxi, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and headed straight for Claire. I'm fine. Seeing that Kevin didn't ride an electric bike today, a hint of doubt flashed across Claire Wright's eyes, but she didn't say anything. Let's go back, Kevin Bennett laughed.
Kevin, where's your scooter?
Taylor's sinister voice sounded. In the past, when Kevin Bennett came to pick up Claire Wright, he would at least ride an electric bike. Today, he didn't even have an electric bike. Could it be that they were ready to walk? Kevin narrowed his eyes and said lightly, Does it have anything to do with you? He knew that Taylor did not like Claire, so he would not give her any face. Taylor was speechless. They were indeed husband and wife, and with the words, they said we were all the same. However, she was polite to Claire and not Kevin.
How can you speak like that? You have no rules. Do you not know that I'm your cousin? No manners.
Taylor, be civilized when you speak. Before Kevin could say anything, Claire already stood up with a cold expression.
What's wrong? Kevin is trash. Why aren't you letting people criticize him?
Before Taylor could finish her sentence, a handprint appeared on her face. Taylor was stunned. Derek Smith was stunned, and Kevin was also stunned. Only Claire gritted her teeth and said with a cold expression, You're not allowed to say he's trash again. She was hit? Taylor Wright was stunned.
Stinking bitch! I'll kill you!
After recovering from her shock, Taylor screamed and pounced on Claire with bloodshot eyes. At this moment, Kevin couldn't stand there and watch any longer. He quickly protected Claire behind him. Derek Smith also walked over with a gloomy face. He originally wanted to go and help, but when he saw the tall Kevin Bennett, he stopped and pulled Taylor back. If they were to fight, Derek knew that he would have no chance of winning against Kevin, who had been training all year round. Thus, Derek did not want to lose face here.
Derek Smith, what are you pulling me for? This bitch beat your wife. You're not helping me, but you're even pulling me.
Taylor Wright screamed hysterically without a trace of elegance. This scene attracted quite a few employees to watch. Derek Smith's expression was as dark as water, and he felt very ashamed.
Enough.
Derek Smith pulled Taylor Wright and glared at her viciously.
Claire Wright hit me.
Kevin Bennett's expression turned cold. He suddenly walked forward and slapped Taylor Wright. He didn't mind Taylor Wright calling him trash, but if she insulted Claire, he definitely wouldn't allow it. His slap was much heavier than Claire Wright's earlier one. A few handprints appeared on Taylor Wright's face.
Kevin, you useless trash. If you dare to hit me and Claire dares to hit me, you dare to do it too. I'll fight you to the death.
Touching her burning face, Taylor went completely crazy. She immediately got rid of Derek Smith and pounced on Kevin Bennett. Taylor Wright was petite, but she was no match for Kevin Bennett. He slapped her again and again, almost causing her to faint on the spot.
Hubby, he hit me. I'm not going to live.
Taylor was on the verge of collapse. If you can't control your stinky mouth any longer, I don't mind breaking it, Kevin said coldly. The cold glint in his eyes made people believe that he would do that. This scene stunned many people nearby. Even Derek Smith and Claire Wright were stunned.
Hey all, Kevin here. Can't wait for you to watch my story, The Billionaire Bastard. Season 1 is now streaming on the Pocket FM Universe YouTube channel. To watch the next episode, tap here, and to watch the full season, click on the playlist.